Thanks a lot, Taylor. Now, a woman was arrested this morning near Grace Marketplace and charged with aggravated assault after authorities say she tried to kill her husband and then bit him on his arm. Both the woman and her husband admitted to the police that they smoked crack before the incident. WUFT's Leah Harding reports on the crime rates at Grace Marketplace since the shelter opened earlier this year.
Dignity Village, the name of the tent city where GPD arrested a woman earlier this morning for aggravated assault. But arrests here are not unusual.
You know, like on the 8th, we had a disorderly contact.
Since mid-June, there have been 46 incidents on property around Grace Marketplace and 19 arrests.
When you have folks that are in one area that have committed crimes in other areas and you put them in one area, we're going to have a number of calls there. And I think having 46 since June is a pretty good indicator that it's not going to slow down, that we are going to get calls for crime in that area.
This fence is the borderline. Anything that happens inside is up to Grace Marketplace to handle. If it happens outside, it's on state or city property, and it's up to local law enforcement to take any action.
You're not responsible for what happens in your neighbor's yard across the street. So, you know, the folks that live in the tent area outside are our neighbors, and we want to be good neighbors and work closely with them, but we're not responsible for what happens in their yard.
If the police are called for something happening outside of the fence, Grace Marketplace is not always notified.
So, like the call that happened at 4 o'clock this morning, I had no idea that happened until you called.
Regardless of the location, GPD will respond. Their choice is whether or not they report it to shelter officials just feet away.
When folks call 911, we're going to come. We're not going to care, is it inside, is it outside? We're going to go to the problem. That's what folks expect us to do. And they expect us to do that whether they're living in a mansion or whether they're living in a tent. Folks expect us to respond, and that's what we're going to do.
Even if the tent is on another side of the fence. Leah Harding, WUFT News.
And Gainesville police reports show the most common incidents reported around Grace Marketplace are battery, trespassing, assault, and creating a disturbance.